Wealth Rising family. Hey family, I want to make sure y'all understand what is going on with this XRP because I know some of the family in here own it and I do not want anybody getting confused by these headlines. A lot of people are seeing Swift, blockchain, banks, and cross-border payments all in the same story and they are automatically calling it a win for XRP. I do not see it that way. XRP was not named. The XRP Ledger was not named. The banks were not told that they had to buy XRP. That does not mean XRP is dead. It means this particular news belongs to Swift, not XRP. And once you understand what Swift is doing, you will see why XRP has a lot more competition than people were originally told. Let me keep this basic. Swift is the system banks use to send payment instructions around the world. It connects thousands of financial institutions. Now, Swift is adding blockchain technology to its own system. That is important because Swift already has the banks. It already has the relationships. It already has the trust. It already has the rules, compliance, and connections in place. So Swift does not have to convince the banks to leave the system they already use. It can simply upgrade the system they already trust. That is a major advantage. Now, one of the things Swift is testing is called tokenized bank deposits. That sounds technical, but it's simple. It is basically a digital version of money already sitting inside a bank. The bank can create a digital token that represents that money and move it through new technology. The bank does not have to buy XRP. The bank does not have to hold XRP. It can use its own digital money. That is why this matters. For years, the XRP argument was that banks had too much money sitting in different accounts around the world. That money was tied up and XRP could be used as a bridge to move value between two currencies quickly. That was the ODL story. And to be fair, that idea made sense. But today, XRP is not the only answer. Banks now have tokenized deposits. They have stablecoins. They have private networks. They have digital money that can move around the clock. They have systems that can connect one blockchain to another. So now the choice is not just the old banking system or XRP. The banks have several choices, and XRP has to compete. That is the main point. Blockchain adoption is not the same as XRP adoption. Swift using blockchain is confirmed. Swift using XRP is not. Banks testing digital deposits is confirmed. Banks buying XRP is not. Ripple being in a meeting or a working group is confirmed. XRP settling the transaction is not. Those are different things and people keep mixing them together. The same thing goes for marketing. XRP recently got its logo connected to Kansas Jayhawks. That is good publicity. It gets the name in front of more people. Nothing wrong with that. But a logo is not adoption. A jersey patch does not mean Kansas is using XRP to settle payments. It does not mean banks are buying XRP. It does not create real institutional value. And it does not stop Ripple from continuing to sell XRP. It is marketing. A logo is not adoption. A sponsorship is not settlement. A meeting is not value. A patent is not proof of use. And Ripple making money does not automatically mean XRP holders are making money. The last part is important. Ripple is a company. XRP is a token. Ripple can make money from custody, payment software, treasury services, prime brokerage, and its stablecoin. That does not mean XRP is using every one of those businesses. XRP holders do not own shares in Ripple. So every time Ripple make an announcement, the question should be simple. Where is XRP required? Not where could it fit? Not where somebody hopes it fit. Where is XRP actually needed? Now, Chainlink is important here because it helps different systems communicate. One bank may use one network. Another bank may use another. One may use a stablecoin. Another may use a private ledger. Chainlink helps connect those systems. That is called interoperability. Basically, it helps different financial systems talk to each other. That matters because if banks can connect different systems without using one universal bridge asset, then they may not need XRP for every transaction. XRP may still have a role, but it has to prove that role. And right now, Chainlink has a clearer documented role in helping these systems connect than XRP in the Swift announcement. That does not mean Link automatically goes crazy in price. The same rules apply. Real use has to create real demand. Now, I also want to talk about the 10,000 XRP prediction because I think that is where people get carried away. A 10,000 per XRP using a full supply, XRP will be worth around $1 quadrillion. That is far larger than today's global stock market. That is not realistic. People say XRP can move trillions of dollars, so the price has to be high. But moving money is not the same as storing money. A grocery store can process millions of dollars in sales without having millions of dollars sitting in the register. The same, XRP can be used over and over again. It can be bought, moved, sold, and reused. So transaction volume does not automatically create a 10,000 price. For XRP to reach that level, banks, governments, corporations, and institutions will have to buy huge amounts of XRP and hold it. Using it for a few seconds during a payment would not be enough. So this is where I stand. Swift did not kill XRP, but Swift made XRP job harder. The old financial system did not sit around waiting to be replaced. It started upgrading itself. XRP may still win some business. It may still help in places where banks do not have a direct relationship. It may still be useful as bridge asset, but none of that is guaranteed. The family does not need another countdown. It does not need another price promise. It needs proof. Show me the institution. Show me the transaction. Show me the recurring value. Show me where XRP was actually required. Until then, the financial system moving on chain is real. XRP winning that system still has to be proven.